Hello, everyone, and
Hello.
welcome to Readings with D'Arcy and Penelope. And I just want to, hello, Jeannie and huh, and Marie. And Shasha. So remember, even though I wrote a little message, I don't see it. It must have gone into our private chat.
It's okay.
Uh, I wrote a message to remind everyone that we will do the names in order as we see them. We're not going to miss anyone if we can help it. If you have a question, write it down because we will deal with your question. Otherwise, we will just pull a card for you. So, okay, I actually know Penelope's cat's names now. She's got hold of Weston right now.
This is Weston, everybody.
And so we'll get started. And one of us is echoing. So I'm going to turn my speaker down a little, my volume, just in case it's me. And we'll check. Can y'all hear us okay? And yes, Ashley is in the background monitoring for our guppies. So if she sees any, she will stop them as soon as she sees them. All right. Yes, okay. So let's get started. We have Jeannie. Hello, Jeannie. You would like a card for you and Brandon. So, yeah, just pull a card. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Just give me a quick sec.
Okay, I'm using, just so you know, Tarot de la Nute. Marion gave me a card. It's actually really a good deck.
And I am using the Green Witch. Seemed appropriate considering, we're only 3 days away from Halloween, or 4.
Yep. All right, let us get going. So, Jeannie, I'll pull Jeannie, you pull Brandon. Jeannie, I have for you the Knight of Swords. And it's really a pretty card. A young lady holding on to, I believe, a rose and looking towards her future. Actually, it's a staff with a skull on it. But what really stands out for me is, I know they're not compass, but you've got one here and you've got one here. And it's like division. And not division as in you're dividing up stuff and having a divorce. This is division and making a decision and weighing that decision properly. Like knowing that as you make the decision, you know what's yes and you know what's no because you're drawn towards those answers. But it's also about categorizing your decision. So if you say, when I get up in the morning, I'm going to go left, but later down the road, 50 meters, I'm going to go right. You're putting them like that, categorizing them. So there's something you need to do, which to me means you need to put everything together and then start putting it into place. Interesting enough, that made me think of writing a book. You just write pages, and then all of a sudden you decide, okay, I'm going to put it together, but I'm going to put it together like a jigsaw, lay it on the floor, and then start putting the pages together. So write a story.
So for Brandon, the 2 swords are the 2 of Athens. This is about settling arguments. No, this isn't about putting, what's that expression? Burying the hatchet, burying the axe.
Yeah.
This is this is about taking the higher road and not taking the hatchet or the axe and actually burying it in somebody's head or back. Neither of us would ever do anything like that, of course, but
never.
But what I'm saying is, discord is good. Having an argument is good, but sometimes my grandmother used to say that a wise man will shut up, smile, and walk away.
Yes.
Take heed to those words in the next week or so, honey.
All right. Hello, Marie. How are you? And we have for you the 4 of Wands. And the 4 of Wands for me in this one, it's like sitting on a trapeze. and just sitting there and looking up at the sky and saying, having inspiration, knowing that what is coming towards you is divine, that the messages are meant just for you, not for anyone else. Sometimes we can get messages and they can connect to other people, but what I'm feeling is whatever is coming towards you is just for you. That message of love and peace and tranquility is something that's supposed to be around you and to hold you tight. All right.
No.
So listen to spirit, listen to the messages, and trust your instincts. We're all born intuitive. It's whether or not we choose to listen to them.
Well, that beautiful bark of warning was my Miss Bailey. D'Arcy, who's next? Because I don't get the full screen.
Shay.
For you, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Anthems. This is a time of creativity for you. This is remembering to persevere. You know, like that ant who wants to go up the hill. You know, ants carry over twice their weight. And no matter how big the load is, they persevere and they make it to their goal. And that is what that card for you is. Persevere, stay true to the course, use a little creativity, a little juggling, and you're going to succeed at what you're doing.
Okay, and I see that Shay asked a question, so we will come back to it later if we get a chance, or I may even pose it to Penelope and she can have a look at it and see. So basically your question is, if I had seen it, we would have answered it, is what does Dave have to say to me, if anything, please? So let's hold on to that. And if we hear anything as we go, we'll let her know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm doing Ilya and then you'll be doing Lisa. Hi, okay. Ilya. How is Calgary? No. You have the Seven of Swords. And I like this one because it's like, you know, that old childhood thing where you put your arms out and you spin and spin and spin until you stop. And then it's like you're going to fall over. But this says you have your balance. This card tells me that you can literally, she's running down a set of stairs and you notice that she's not falling or tripping on that nightie or negligee or dress. And the roses in the background really stand out. And look, there's a man back here too. He's still a little invisible, but he's headed towards you. So I would say that you have the potential of a relationship coming towards you. And as long as you believe and you have faith, anything is possible. So I'm going to say, open those arms and be ready to embrace the love. And I'm going to use that love on a metaphorical thing, not just like a relationship, but the love coming towards you.
You know, who's mine?
Lisa.
Lisa. Hi, Lisa. You know, one of the things I love about October is I love finding pentagrams in natural places. We look, pentagrams are everywhere, which leaves me always wondering why people get so worried about it. But pentagrams is about balance. Balance, balance, balance. It's also about money, but it's also about balancing your check account, balancing what you have. So there may be people at the door coming and saying, give me, give me, give me. But you need to be saving, saving, saving. And I can almost hear someone out there cringing when I say the word saving because people assume that saving is no fun. But did you know, like, I know RBC has NoMe, Bank of Montreal has something very similar. And this is a computerized algorithm, honey, that will just, you sign up for it, and it takes little bits of money when you're not noticing. You know, I think they called that fraud when I studied that. But anyways, and they tuck it in a savings account for you. So perseverance, balance, saving. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm thinking, little bits of money here and there, and then all of a sudden you got a windfall.
Yes.
So next we have Tracy and Marion Louise. So Tracy, hi. I have for you the Five of Swords. Okay, you know how earlier Penelope said, you know, you don't take the axe and stick it in someone's back? Well, she's got a stake, so I think she's about to stake someone. But this is also being very protective of yourself. It's like safeguarding yourself, being aware of your surroundings. So if Tracy, if you're going out to places you don't know, then research them ahead of time. Make sure you know your surroundings. Our uncle once said that if you didn't know, okay, I'll use his wife, Auntie Mo. They went somewhere in the US and they had black alders in the water. Now, Uncle Dave knew this, but Auntie Mo didn't. And so she went down and went for a swim. And he asked her, he said, and he used to say this to her a lot, "You foolish woman, what are you doing?" And so he says, know your area to keep yourself safe. So I'm going to say the same thing. Make sure you know the area that you're going out into and that you are safe while you're out there.
Exactly. And who do I read for?
Marion Louise.
Hi, Marion. By the way, happy pre-Halloween. This week and next week are two of my favorite parts of fall because, of course, Halloween. And then exactly 7 days later, it's my son's birthday. And I love the fact that one is 1 week to the day after the other. So I never had to think about it. And I never, and what was so cool was I got to steal some of his Halloween candy and use it for his gift bags. It took him years to catch on, but my God, he was furious. For you, the Eight of Swords. This is saying, okay, honey, if you're feeling a little trapped and a little uncertain and feel like you're wandering around blindfolded and, it's just like a whole bunch of people are poking you, kind of like spirits, take the blindfold off. The reason the blindfold is there's something you're refusing to look at, something you don't want to see. And it's just so much easier at this point in time to say, well, it's because I'm people are picking on me, or I'm in a situation that I'm blind and I don't want to know what's going on. So take the blindfold off and take a deep breath and start moving your way out of the maze.
Okay. So next is Annalisha, and then you have Melissa.
Okay.
Annalisha, you have the Two of Cups. And I've never seen this card like this before, but it's like dual personalities. It's that really nice person, and then it's the person who wants to be, not so nice. And you've embraced both of them. And you can also think of embracing both male and female energy. And it's knowing that you're bound to decisions because they reflect your own personality. And that people shouldn't be saying to you, oh, you should be this or you should be that. You shouldn't do that or you shouldn't do this. I feel that that card says that whatever choice you make, it's made in harmony. And so trusting your instincts, like I always tell people, whatever decision you're making, make it from the core of who you are, not the core of what other people want you to be. And Jeannie says thank you from both of them. Shay says, yep, laugh out loud. Ilya, good. And so Melissa,
time to pack your bags, hop on your horse, you know that expression, high horse, and start moving forward. This, my darling, is a time of action, a time of movement. You're a strong-willed woman, or at least that's what comes across when I take a deep breath. But sometimes you hesitate. No, this is the time of action. I don't know if most people realize, but Halloween is actually kind of like the end of a year. And it's
for some of us.
And it's a thinning of the veil. And this is a wonderful time for us to hop on our horses, take action, move forward with our gifts, with our strengths. It's not just about packing your bags and moving forward. It's about being not afraid to take that leap and succeed. There you go,
Very
guys.
much so. All right. I have Tamala, and you will have. Marion asked if you could pull a card for Eric. So
I will.
I'll do Tamala. You can do Eric.
Hi,
Tamala.
Tamala. Thanks for
This
coming.
is such a pretty card, the Ten of Wands. And she's in a wedding veil or a wedding dress. And as you can see, she looks very despondent. So it could be that she doesn't have a marriage or she's lost someone. And with all the fire burning around her, it's like move to action. So I'm not sure if you're on your own now, but if you are, this is move forward. Don't stand. Sorry about this, but don't stand in self-pity. Move forward. Let the energy that drove you when you were together drive you now, because I would say the person is never a step away from you. And this just tells me that there's new opportunities being built for you, and you can't be afraid of taking a chance. Love is around the corner. Don't block it. Don't set it on fire before you even meet it so it can't be there. I feel like you're being encouraged to take that step and to branch out.
Eric, right?
Eric.
Job opportunities. King of Pentacles. Well, this is the Knight of Pentacles. I love that this deck makes most of the knights women. This is about being useful with your talents and your trades, the possibility of a new job opening up, a new place with more authority. So move forward. Grasp that next job.
All right. So funny, because just before Eric, Ilya had put in a comment of, will I get a new job? I'm going to go yes. Because Ilya, she, even though I pulled a card, she asked a question. And since you pulled the card about getting a new job, Ilya asked, will I get a new job? I'm going to go yeah. I think there's a yes there. Okay, so next we have Ted, Angela, and Cheyenne. So I think it's just Angela normally who's on.
And Tamala would like us to pull a card for Michaela.
Okay, so why don't you pull a card for Michaela right now?
Okay.
And Penelope's looking for a card. Angela, yours is the Queen of Swords. And look at all the energy around her, and the idea of the bridal. Well, this is weird. Bridal bed. So I'm taking you're married. But it's like almost renewing it. I don't know if you're not sleeping properly. You need a new mattress. You're getting a new mattress. But there's something about your bed that's really standing out in my head. And so it's also about seduction. And seduction is a really interesting thing, because as soon as I say the word, most people run to the idea of seducing someone. But I think it's the seduction of life I'm talking about. You know, like making life like a silk string hanging from the ceiling, and you wrap yourself in it and you let yourself go and see what happens. So maybe stop being so tied up in knots and allow the knots to let go and just enjoy life.
So for Michaela, actually pulled the Queen of Swords. But the meaning of this card of the Queen of Swords is slightly different. If you notice in the way in the back, there's a bird tapping on the window. That's a message from Spirit. This is about a woman who is very conscious of what needs to be done and what should be done. And she's resourceful with when she wants to be. She's resourceful with money. And Michaela, you need to cut yourself some slack. You're a lot smarter than you think you are. You're a lot more accomplished than you think you are. And in the next few weeks, and possibly because I do know what month this is, I think you're going to find messages coming to you from little small places everywhere. So open your heart to them and know that they're given in love and that you are always, always watched over. But resourcefulness, creativity with the flowers, and a message.
Nice. So we have Cheyenne, Gloria, Jessica, and then Shar. So starting with Cheyenne. Cheyenne, I don't know if this is just the deck, the card that comes with the deck, but when I pulled it, it just looked like you. It felt like that very mysterious, creative, young, youthful energy that you should be using. And it's when we're young, there's so many decisions in our life we have to make. And then we get older and find out, oh my God, there's still decisions we have to make. So embrace your youth. Don't try to rush through it. Don't try to make it more than it is, but trust your artistic, intuitive ability, because you are about to make a decision. And I really think it should come from your soul, not from, okay, you can listen to some of the information out here, but it really should come from your soul.
Listen to your heart and soul. Jessica's mine, right?
Gloria.
Hi, Gloria. Sorry about that. One of my dearest friends when I was in my teens was an older woman called Gloria. She made amazing pickles, phenomenal beef stew, which I've been craving all day. So if you can cook, now's the time to cook. She also made, if anyone ever wants the recipe, really good homemade Kahlua. I don't drink, but damn, it was good when I did. For you, this is actually called the battle wagon. Call to arms, darling. This is about moving forward. There is also a bird sending you a message. I wish all men looked that good, but never mind. Let's not get me going there. I am one of those people who believes when you say seduction, good-looking men, but these horses are moving forward with a purpose. So onward to battle, hon. Pick them. You know your battles. And there's that expression, know your battles. And that's your message today, is know that battle. Because the truth is, if you know your battles, you know your victories. So hang in there, move forward. God, I'm beginning to feel like I'm channeling Grandma Beardsley. All I need, is a sip of tea.
I'm sort of thinking she should read Art of War. Not that I've ever read it, I haven't. But
please, let me give you some advice. Art of War is like War and Peace.
Okay. Never read either one.
I've read Art of War, but not War and Peace. And my recommendation for both is you download it to your Kindle, darling. Tell everyone you've got it on your reading list so it looks impressive. And then let it gather digital cloud dust. Okay. All right, who's next, Darcy?
Hi, Jessica. Jessica, look at this card. It's beautiful. The 9 of Pentacles. Makes me think of Christmas, the gold, the white, the snow. And I would say that some interesting things are happening for you around the Christmas season or into the new year when the snow flies. But the ring behind her means eternal. And it means what basically goes around comes around. So whatever energy you're putting out there to universe is the energy that is coming back to you. It's like when I tell people, if you kick the bed and you jump up and down and scream and swear, the rest of your day goes like crap. But if you kick the bed and then you turn around and say, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to kick you and offend you, then your day becomes totally different. And yes, I have kicked the bed and been the person who screamed and everything went wrong. But as soon as I learned that lesson and started apologizing to bed, things got better.
I'm sure that
try that. Remember, if you get angry, you're wasting your time because you can't go back and collect the energy that you got angry at. So if you need to, acknowledge the error in your conduct, but then move forward. Okay, I just want you to notice, the whole room moved. I did not say sorry, especially if it's the person who's upset you. I just said acknowledge the error.
See me? Just scream. Scream or break a dish I don't care about. Better than words, better than cursing.
Yeah.
I'm very handy. Now, who's my person?
Okay, next is, all right, so.
Needles and thread.
Yes. Uh, okay. Annalisha said that the cards were right because she's starting a different side of herself. Shar is your person.
Hello,
I get
Shar.
they're honest.
Shar, I picked the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands talks about the things that we've overcome. It talks about the challenges that we've faced. And if you look really close, this woman is literally putting the swords on the wall, right? And it means beating the odds. So beating the odds doesn't mean that nothing bad ever happens in our lives. Beating the odds for me means something traumatic has happened, some loss or some hardship that you have to recognize, and beating the odds is coming out on the other side a little bit stronger, not Goliath stronger, but a little bit stronger. But the point is, beating the odds means you came through it. And you're a stronger person so that you are able to give strength where others can't quite do it on their own. So for all the grief, all the sorrows, take comfort in the fact that you've managed to overcome them. And sometimes that's enough.
Right. So next is Liha, and then you have Erica. All right. I have the Nine of Swords, and I like this card because she's in that makeup container. I will hold the card still, honest. But what I think is that in this particular one, I can't remember what I've said about her before, but with this one, it's not about you're not trapped or anything. It's what your foundation is so solid. And that's one of the things you have to remember is that you have a strong foundation, and building it stronger is actually in your best interest. But the other thing I like it is the idea that it makes me think of improv dancing, like that self-expression dancing. So maybe you need to start getting up, moving a little bit more, doing Zumba on YouTube. I just feel like you need to sort of change the energy around you. And to do that, in actual fact, tonight I said to my daughter, I said, I need to get a little trampoline so that when I get upset, I can bounce up and down on it. Because the idea behind that is that you're changing your molecules as you bounce up and down. So same idea. You just need to change the energy around you a little bit so it flows a little easier. But build your foundation. Okay, you have Erica Dawn.
Hello, Erica Dawn. Well, I've been waiting. I've been trying to imagine the person that I would have. And the reason is because I drew the Ace of Pentacles. Now, if you take a really good look at that card, can you see it clearly, Darcy?
Yep.
There is a young man practicing his craft. If you look in the background, there's all those tools and everything. And what this makes me think of is the Magician's Apprentice. All of those who ever watched
Disney
and part of Fantasia. Be careful when you start. There's this part of me that wants to say to you, you are exploring more and more that creative, intuitive nature of yours. But remember, there is also wisdom in speaking to someone or a group of someone's who may know it a little better, may be able to say, whoa, slow down in what you're doing. So all those tools of the trade and the brooms and the elephants don't suddenly come dancing in water overflowing on the cauldron. So it's the imagery when I drew the card and thought, somebody who is intuitive and wanting to learn, but doesn't quite know how to start.
Well, just make sure if you turn the cauldron on that it's a even heat.
Even heat?
Yeah.
All the better to boil newts in. I'm sorry.
So next is Mr. Khan and then our cousin Faye.
Oh, nice.
Hello, Mr. Khan. You asked, your question is, how's my family and my outlook? Look, I like that. Anyways, the Ten of Pentacles says it's brilliant. You're a magician. There isn't anything you can't pull off. But what I love about this is you wear so many different hats. And because you wear so many different hats, you know how to categorize what you need inside your life. Your family is going to do fine. Tell your wife to take it easy and everything. And everything's beginning to fall into place. I'm pretty sure there's either an opportunity in the next 6 months to a year for you to shift or move again by the looks of things. So just be open to that. And this could take you farther afield to where you really want to be.
Well, hello, Faye.
So Tamala says,
Michaela.
Michaela says, thank you, ladies. And then our cousin Faye. Hello, Faye.
Hi, Faye. Hope you're doing well. Faye, I'm only at 575 geocaches. I've been taking it a little slow just because I've been house hunting and trying to be good. Which brings me to your card, the Oak King. The Oak King says, you know what, if you've reached a point in life where things aren't looking quite the way you want them to look, or you just can't figure out the next step, like, I don't know, cousin, that book that you haven't written yet, hang upside down on the edge of the bed, go outside and lie on the ground and look at the sky and change your perspective. I have no idea if it's cold up in your neck of the woods yet. Just change your perspective. And when you change your perspective, the world and the hidden world opens up for you a lot better.
That's funny because I'm going to pull a card for our cousin as well. And I wanted to look at it really carefully. Okay. It's supposed to be a bed, but it's a book. Okay, Faye. So, I mean, look, it's on the base of a bed. I'm just going to say, go with the flow, honey. Go with the flow.
I'll make a deal with you, Faye. I'm supposed to be writing a children's book. So, at the end of November, I will have 10 pages towards the book. I will send you my 10 pages. I expect you to send me 10 pages of your written word.
I can hear her laughing at you.
Don't laugh at me.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be reckoned with. Who's next?
Audrey. And then you get Brenda.
Who is Audrey?
Audrey's next, and then you get Brenda.
Okay.
Hello, Audrey. You have the Sun. And I think this is stand up for yourself, believe in yourself. The core of your energy is, or your core is very important. So that could be an exercise routine, but it could also be the core of your belief that they're talking about. And because this is also about Mother Earth, it could be about the core of your religious belief or your spiritual belief, but they're talking about the core. Okay. And I don't think they mean the core of an apple. I think they're talking about what's inside of you, and that you should be bringing it forward and being strong and believing in yourself.
So which Audrey is it?
Audrey Red Crow.
Hi, Audrey. I know a couple Audreys, so whenever you say Audrey, I'm trying to sort out which one it could be. Who's mine next?
Well, first of all, Shanann says thank you. You're welcome, honey. And Brenda is next.
Hi, Brenda. Brenda, the moon. See, that usually the moon is a time of reflection and finding your way through the chaos and confusion. But if you look, this woman is standing looking at a very calm pond at the reflection of the moon with all those beautiful trees around her. And this is saying, calm down, pay attention to the signs around you. Don't let life always overwhelm you. And I know that's easy advice. Life can be life can be horribly overwhelming. But the moon reminds us that it's okay if things are pulling at us. We can find a calm surface somewhere in ourselves, somewhere in nature. I'm a big one about nature. Going outside under the moon is one of my favorite things, and calling down its strength. And for those of you who don't know how to do it, I'm sure D'Arcy probably does it very similar, but you go out. Usually I do mine on a full moon, but even on a moon, any time during the moon, and I will literally go outside somewhere where it's peaceful and I know I'm not going to get interrupted, throw my hands out into the air and literally call down the strength of the moon to coat me and protect me. That's what you really should consider doing. I'm not going to say you should do it, but you should consider that women are creatures of the moon.
Absolutely. Because it's not a man in the moon, it's a lady in the moon. Contrary to what other people may say, it's always been a lady in the moon.
Well, okay. We'll agree to disagree.
So Gloria says thank you. Jessica says thank you. Shar says tears flowing, Penelope. And Leha says thank you. And Mr. Khan says thanks, you ladies rock. So next is Alana, and you have Jeanette.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, Alana. She's not howling at the moon.
Yes, she is.
It doesn't look that way, okay? But it's like express. Notice how her neck gets really long. It's like, get that out of there, because if you hold on to what you want to say, it can choke you at times. So I think it's really important for you to express yourself, to move forward, to hear your own voice for a change, not others. Okay, so, you have Jeanette. And hello, Jeanette. It's been a while.
Oh, and Elaine Martin from New Brunswick said, hi, nice that we're back again. The wild hunt. So first, I'm not sure if you've ever heard of the Irish wild hunt, but it's about a group of hunters that got caught into a mystical trap where they go on certain times of the year and dark moons and stuff, and you can hear the hounds howling, and they come down and hunt down the doomed. But here the wild hunt is talking also about how things are changing, and maybe it's a change that seems so huge and so sudden. But if you really pay attention, I don't know if you can see the rooster at the bottom there. See that rooster? Where is it, Darcy? Right there.
Yeah.
And that rooster is already crowing and saying, come on, wake up. You know that things are rocky where you are. Prepare yourself. Don't be hesitant. Be that person that, yes, where you are at the moment might seem like it's crumbling down, but you're prepared for that. And then you have an opportunity to build again. So pay attention to changes. Changes don't mean they're horrible and nightmare, but you're aware that rooster is already crowing and making you know something isn't quite right. So sort it out and face it.
Absolutely. So I hope Erica said, well, thank you, ladies. Faye, why would you want to be good? And she said the show froze up, so she will have to listen to your wise words later.
Most wise. They were most wise.
Okay. And Aliha, I hope I'm saying that right. She'd like us to pull a card for her friend Dija. I'm hoping I'm saying that right too. So here you go. She has the Two of Swords, and notice how she seems startled because she's in the middle of getting dressed and all of a sudden someone creeps up on her. But this is more about, it has nothing to do with that, they're saying. It has to do with being proud of who she is. If that is a she or a he, I don't really know. But being proud of themselves, not allowing the image of what people see to deceive her. Embrace her true vitality, embrace her true image, embrace who she is. That, and they keep saying she, so I'm going to guess it's a girl. but maybe, and I've been known to cross both male and female barriers here. But all I know is it's not the image that people perceive. It's the image she really is. They keep saying she. Okay, so it's got to be girl.
And who's mine?
Next, okay, first of all, Audrey says, thank you so much. The cards don't lie. You ladies are amazing. Elaine is next for you. And Brenda says, thank you. And Jeanette says, thank you.
What about that young lady's friend? Didn't she have a friend she wanted to be read
Who?
for? The young lady you just read for, didn't she have a friend she wanted to...
No, I've already read for her, so I was just reading for a friend.
Elaine, you know, I drew this card, and before I knew it was you, I heard this song in my head. I'm an Alabama fan, for anyone who doesn't know me. It is one of my favorite groups, Alabama and the Eagles. But there's a song by Alabama that goes, I'm in a hurry to get things done. I rush and rush because life's no fun. When really all you've got to do is live and die. Everything in between should be a little bit of fun. It should be not about rushing around so you miss it. So the 8 of Pentacles, do you see, like, he already has all these bits and pieces of life behind him on his wall, like medallions of honor and stuff. And there he is, methodically starting the next project, the next thing. From birth to death is such a short period of time, whether we live to be 100 or we die in that first breath that we draw. It's such a short period of time. Slow down, enjoy it, embrace it, take long walks along the ocean that you are not too far from, and breathe.
Next is Raven Louie, and then Sarah. But Sarah has a question. Okay, so let's do Raven first. Raven, I pulled you the Judgment card, and I like this because even though it looks dark when you first look at it, there's the light coming in, but there's also the light, the lantern that she's holding. And I feel that as long as you follow the light, and I don't mean to the big tunnel in the sky, I'm just saying that if you follow the light, you follow the inspiration, you're going to get to where you want to be because you believe. But there's also the roots on that building, which means tradition, which means family. It means the root of everything you are is what you will become for me.
Sort of like that little ball when you sung songs, and you followed. Now, who am I reading for?
You are reading for Sarah, and her question is, looking for some guidance about my new business I am preparing to launch.
Okay, so that's funny because for you, the Ace of Wands, new beginnings, new horizons, new sunrises, and the beginning of moving forward. That wand is sticking upward in the air, saying, embrace it, move forward. Remember that if by any chance things get a little bit rocky in the beginning, hold on to that new dawn, that new age that you're moving forward to.
Always important to keep your eye on the prize. Okay, well, everyone, I'd like to thank you all for joining us. I will be on next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. and really look forward to having you join us again. It's always fun. I want to thank everyone who is watching from the YouTube channels as well. Nice of you to join us. Yes. And most important, have a lovely evening. Hopefully the rest of your week goes better. Since we're on Wednesday, downhill to the weekend. Hallelujah. That's all I can say. Because for 2 days of work, it's been the hardest 2 days in a long time.
It looks like D'Arcy... Did we already read for Jessica Simmons?
Oh, Jessica and Lily. Lily and Jessica just slipped in. Oh, aren't you lucky? Okay, so let's pull a card for Lily. Lily, let's pull you a card. I'm trying to find a card. Okay, 2 wands. All right. Again, I'm looking into my skull and I'm asking it to speak to me. Who did that? Macbeth? He looked into his hands.
Hamlet.
Hamlet. So this is messages coming at you, people talking to you. Some people are giving you what you need to know, and other people are saying things that just don't make sense. Trust your instincts. Okay. There are some changes coming about around you, and I feel like you should embrace them. Don't run away from them. Stand firm and look them squarely in the face. And if they don't work for you, tell them.
And I am a firm believer of listening to the skulls. Although you cannot see it, I'm wearing one of my favorite scarves, which is covered in skulls.
Nice.
Now, Jessica, right?
Yep.
Well, darling, the Green Man. The Green Man, I love this card. If I could have a tattoo, that would be one of my tattoos. I love the Green Man. It's the beginning of the journey. Day 1 on the next journey of your life. Embrace it, go out, follow it. If you notice, Han is singing to the beginning, and there is wisdom and there is magic in that. And as D'Arcy said, everyone, it's you're halfway through the week. I was very lucky this week. I had a personal day on Monday, and today my boss kindly, my coworker and my ED kindly announced by text at 9:00 this morning, I officially call this a mental health day. So my week has been extremely short. So many blessings. Embrace Halloween and open yourself to the possibility of messages as we come closer and closer to the day of unveiling.
Yes. Happy Halloween, everyone. Again, yeah. It's also one of my favorite times of years. So,
oh, no, you think?
Yeah. I hope you all have a fantastic week and a fantastic weekend, and look forward to seeing you next week. May love, joy, peace, happiness, and prosperity find you all in mysterious ways. Blessed be, everyone.
Blessed be.